Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Eek Acres. Bridget and I are currently on the Ohio Turnpike. We are in western Ohio, getting ready to head to Indiana. And I just wanted to say a few things in this video. I'm going to be vlogging this whole time while we're on this trip slash vacation. That a lot of people I've been seeing, especially yesterday, there's been a lot of videos. It's another topic that is gaining ground, where people are talking about the grayness of life and that everything is boring. Life has no color anymore. There's nothing to do. And I'll tell you guys what the problem is. It's cell phones. People are just not living their lives anymore. People are spending their time scrolling all day long, watching other people live, watching other people's videos, wishing that they had someone else's lifestyle. You guys, you got to get off the phones and live. You got to get out and experience things, because if you don't, it becomes a mental prison when you're just on the internet 24/7 all the time, being occupied by your phone. It's turning people into hateful zombies, where they just are getting more and more angry with the world. And it's the cell phones doing that. And it's also a lot of these content creators that are just spreading misinformation. Like, for instance, I've seen lots of videos over the last several months where people are talking about that there's a trucking crisis in this country. Truck drivers are quitting left and right. Companies are going out of business. Well, you know what, you guys? As we drive the turnpike here in Ohio, and especially when we get to the state of Illinois, near Chicago, it is wall-to-wall semis. Ever since we left at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's now 11 minutes after 10 a.m., haven't we? We've been in heavy semi-traffic. Just wall-to-wall 18-wheelers. Look at all the semis, you guys. Shortage my ass. I've never seen more trucks on the road all over in all these different states than I've seen this time. And we've been out to Iowa a few times, and it's just wall-to-wall semis. We've had them behind us, in front of us, passing us, in between them. We go to truck stops and gas stations, and it's just choked with semis. We got one in front of us, two behind us, semis galore everywhere. That's why I tell you guys, a lot of what you hear online is bullshit. Unless you get out there and you live and you see firsthand what's going on, a lot of what you watch on YouTube, these people are making these videos to get the views, you guys. There's no truth to it. You're always going to have truck drivers that quit. You're always going to have truck drivers that get fired. Trucking companies, small ones especially, may go out of business because they can't compete with the larger trucking companies. Because on this trip, especially this time, seeing way more trucks than I've ever seen before. And it really doesn't matter if you head out early in the morning, if you get a start in the afternoon, or if you head out at night. It's just wall-to-wall semis. Just tons of semis. So that's the bulk of the traffic on this trip going to Iowa, is a lot of 18-wheelers hauling everything under the sun. So there's really no truth in what you guys are hearing on the internet. But I wanted to get back and talk about what I originally wanted to talk about, and that is people saying that life is boring, it's mundane, it's a gray world, and that may be true. But unless you get outside of your comfort zone and you live and you deal with people in person, because when you talk to people in person, you'll meet some of the nicest people you could ever talk to. And I want you to think about this. When someone says on my channel, I don't like talking to other people because the average person in the world today is an a-hole, well, I want you to think about yourself. What if you were sitting on a park bench, or you were walking into a restaurant and someone ignored you because they thought that of you? And if you say to yourself, well, I'm not an a-hole, I'm not a jerk, I'm a friendly, nice, outgoing person. Well, if you don't want people to perceive you that way, you shouldn't perceive other people to be that way, because that person that you talk to could end up being just as nice as you are. And so this is the mindset I have, that when I'm on the road and that when we go places and I talk to perfect strangers, it doesn't matter if we're filling up this car, it doesn't matter if we're walking in somewhere to get a bite to eat or a coffee. If someone's there And I'll strike up a conversation with them, or I'll at least speak to them and say, hey, how are you? Beautiful day, isn't it? Or, man, it's really hot out there, isn't it? Just strike up just a small conversation. You'll find that people are nice, they respond, they're respectful. You just got to be willing to try, and you got to be willing to get out there and live your life and experience life without your cell phone. You got to live out there and live life like it was intended to be before all this came to be, you guys. Because if you just stay home in your closed up world, and you just watch YouTube all the time and other social media, and you just listen to what other people are saying, and you just believe them, the garbage that they're feeding you, when you start believing that, it's no wonder that you dislike this world so much. It's no wonder that you have the perception of life that you have, because you're listening to these negative people that are feeding you a bunch of bullshit. Like with the trucking industry. I can show you guys all along this trip how many truck drivers are out here. It's an unbelievable, staggering amount of men and women that are driving all across this country delivering goods so we can have what we have in our lives. And I appreciate them. Matter of fact, we're going to be stopping at the world's largest truck stop in Iowa on Interstate 80. I've been there several times, and you guys want to see some truckers? There's no shortage in truck driving in this country, you guys. Do you think there's a shortage?
Not at all.
There's definitely not a shortage. So that's what I mean, to find out the truth, to see what the world is like, to experience the world, to see if there's any change or if what you're hearing online is true. The best way to put it to the test is to get out there, live your life, spend less time on the internet, and live life like God intended it to be lived. And that's really the only way you're going to find out what's true and what's false, is firsthand. And people say that there is a trucking shortage. That, my friend, is semis as far as the eye can see. Wall to wall
And speed
semis.
limit 0.
Yeah, and we're stopped. We're dead stopped in Indiana. Now we get to sit here and look at it. Wall-to-wall semis, but there's a trucking shortage. That's a lot of trucks. Holy crap. It's been nothing but trucks ever since we left. I can't believe it. We've been surrounded by them the entire drive. I've never seen more semis in my life. Look at them all. Shortage. Look at that. It's like the entire world's largest truck stop is all right here.
Yeah.
Look at the congestion on that side. We're in slow traffic, folks. We're waiting to leave Indiana and go into Illinois. We gotta get through Chicago, and then it's onward across the Mississippi after we get through Illinois, onward into Iowa. It's because of this state that there's nowhere to get something to eat unless you drive deep into Indiana from this interstate that I brought the dual zone. We got the dual zone refrigerator here, and we packed it with food and drinks, and it's running off of the battery bank down here that's at 79%. So this will last the entire trip. But it was because of Indiana, that's what inspired this setup, because there's nowhere to get anything to eat unless you go to one of these plazas and get a stale hot dog on a roller. I'm not interested in that. Indiana and Illinois are the only two states on the way to Iowa that Bridget and I don't like passing through. This state is the one I probably dislike the most. We're gonna try to make some mileage and get the hell out of this state. Indiana's one state I don't like. I'll be keeping doing videos on this trip, you guys. We'll see how it goes. And that's all I wanted to say in this one. I got more videos coming, you guys. We're still on the highway. We got a long ways to go. And I'm going to be just vlogging this entire trip out and back. And there's going to be points of interest that we hit on the way that I also will be doing videos of. So, yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. So thanks for watching, you guys. And we'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.